Welcome back to Bennystake. I'm your girl Benny, and welcome back to part 3 of Pop the Balloon, episode 81. I've already done 2 episodes. Go ahead and check it out somewhere over here. Listen, I'm trying to do like each minute as they come out because I be yapping. I yap a lot, and I don't want a video that's gonna be like 2 hours. I'm not gonna hold y'all hostage for no 2-hour video, okay? If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. The goal is for us to go ahead and reach 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But to meet that goal, I need to go ahead and average about 3,000 subscribers monthly. We need gather the people. Please gather the people, subscribe, let it do what it do. I will not be before y'all long. Let's go ahead and see the next man, okay?
My name is Greg.
Greg, how old are you?
I'm 44.
And where are you from?
I'm from Chicago.
I just have to say, first of all, I like how deep his voice is. I like how calm he's already exuding himself. Whether or not he's nervous, he's not really showing it. And 2, he has him a regular schmegular job. I think he's something about engineering, and then he's a co-owner of a business.
I am a structural engineer, and I also own my, I'm a co-owner of a logistics company.
Right? Regular job and a little something on the side. Why are you dressed like this? I don't understand. Like, are men allergic to just like good old pants, like good old dress pants and a nice little shirt, maybe a little jacket, like some cute? Are y'all allergic? Like, what's going on? Everybody's coming over here in a t-shirt and some pants and some sneakers. They all look like they're meeting their bros. They literally all look like they're meeting their bros at a bar to watch a little game. A little sports game. It's not giving I'm meeting potential daters. But he cute, he tall, and he got that deep voice. None of them have popped. Even though the first guy that came on this very same episode had him an outfit that was very lackluster, and all of them was like, yeah, the outfit ain't giving. Because they ain't like the guy. Let's continue.
Love to work out, and if I'm not working out, I also love reading. Believe it or not. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean, believe it or not? Black people be reading. Black men be reading. What do you do for fun? I work out and I read, and he gonna say, believe it or not. I believe it. As a matter of fact, I expect black people to read. Okay? I expect us to read. As a people, I expect us to read some things. Pick you a genre that you like. Pick up a book and read. We all should be reading.
Hey. And what do you look for in a woman?
So I'm looking for someone who's basking in her femininity, also a Christian.
Basking in your femininity, what that mean? Because I feel like now we just be throwing social media lingo. What does it mean to bask in your femininity? Like, what that mean? Because I feel like that could be anything. What that mean?
Those are 2 things right away.
Okay, so the 3 of y'all that pop, is y'all not Christian or are y'all not basking? Like, are y'all, where y'all basking at? Because is it the faith component that popped y'all balloon, or was it that y'all not basking? Y'all don't like basking, huh? Let's see.
Not believing in God and masculine energy.
So the opposite of like the opposite of everything you just described as your preference. Okay, what does masculine energy mean? Because again, this is giving, whatchamacallit, dating coaches. It's giving Kevin Samuels and them. It's giving podcast bros like, I need me a girl that's going to be in their feminine. What does it mean to be in the feminine energy or like, what y'all be meaning? Because y'all be saying anything. We have low vibrational. We have, high frequency men. We got us high value men. Low, like, we just got so many lingos that don't be giving nothing and a half. When you really put it together, it don't be amounting to nothing and a half. What that mean? I really want Arlette to mean, like, what that mean? When you say somebody being in the feminine energy, give me an example. When you say masculine energy, give me an example. Tangible examples. Because we just saying anything.
Hey, you came out nice. I love your body type.
How he came out nice? This the same outfit I say I didn't like in the, you know what? Attraction be making y'all forget what y'all like, for real, for real. Attraction be making y'all forget y'all values and y'all preference in how a man show up. And it's so annoying because it shows up in the little ways, but if you really pay attention, it then translates to bigger things. Because I find you attractive, even though I prefer a man that's gonna put a little bit more effort in how he dresses up, I'm gonna overlook that. I'm gonna let it slide because I like you. You do that in one thing, you're gonna do it in another. Because I like you, I'm gonna overlook this other thing. Because you cute, I'm gonna overlook this other thing. Maybe I might overlook the cheating. Maybe I might overlook the red flags. Maybe I might overlook the things. Men be consistent. They do.
I consider myself spiritual. I grew up in a Christian family, and I branched off, and I really found God in everything.
Very beautiful lady. I have nothing bad to say at all. I love the dress. Love that color too.
Very concise. I love this answer. She said, she popped the balloon because of the faith. His answer was just like, yo, beautiful girl, have no complaints. Very brief, very succinct. Okay, because I done learned me the word succinct and how to say succinct in my other video that I was making. Okay, very succinct. I don't like a chatty man. I do not like a chatty man, so I'm glad he just was like, boom, 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 boom. Now this guy so far owning the room. Because the other guy in the other episode, he was like, I could be owning the room. I'm actually very confident. No, beloved, you not. Because this is a guy owning the room. Notice how nobody has anything to say about him owning the room because the room is what? Owned. Who's the owner? This guy. He got the title and everything.
The same as the other girl said, I don't identify under any religion, far from a Christian.
Got you.
Although
Got
I
you.
was raised Christian,
Makes
I branched
sense.
off. Yeah.
A lot of people are leaving the faith. A lot of people are leaving the church. And I literally am about to record a video, as to what I also think is part of the reason, right? What I will say right now is that the church, whether intentionally or unintentionally, they've been at the head and at the center of so much chaos all over the world, all over, you know, even in people's lives. Like the church operates like a patriarchy, right? It's very patriarchy, based and focused and infused, right? And I think that's partly why a lot of women are leaving the church. A lot of people are leaving the church, period. But I feel like a lot of women, they're low-key tired of the treatment that they get in the church as women. But that's gonna be in the other video. Yeah, be sure to watch that because I'm gonna watch the video when I drop it.
Is she someone that's your type?
Once again, very beautiful. I love the hair. I like the hair. I like all of that.
I love that he liking black women. Like everybody beautiful, everybody gorgeous, very concise. You don't believe in God. I'm not holding nothing against nobody. Believe in what you believe in. Thank you for being like just very polite, very just like manly. He ain't doing too much, and I love it.
Daughter, she's 8. So how many children do you ladies have?
In my other episode, I said the same thing. While I do think finding out how many kids people have, I feel like when you get the opportunity to essentially like ask a question, maybe finding a way to combine it in a way that it's not just like, hi, my name is such and such, I have a kid. My name is such and such, I have 2 kids. My name is such and such, I have 3 kids. It tells you nothing about them as a person. And if you draw any conclusion based off of how many kids they have, low-key, I'll be looking at you some type of way because you don't know people's stories, right? But I also understand people wanting to make sure that, okay, if you have, maybe how many kids and depending on their age, maybe I might not want that for myself. Say maybe you have, a 1-year-old. I don't think, somebody who has an older child wants to deal with somebody who has a 1-year-old. Because then you got the diapers, you got the, their schedule is a little bit more, prioritized, a lot more prioritized on the child, right? Or should be at least. Right, hold on, let me check my oven chair.
Karma, I'm 40. I have 2 kids. My son is 19 and my daughter is 14, so she could babysit.
Low-key, I don't like that answer. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but she said, I have 2 kids. My son is 19 and my daughter is 14, but my daughter can babysit. Why couldn't your 19-year-old son babysit? You see how subliminally we put the role of caring for kids on women, even from such a young age? Because you got your 19-year-old, they're literally an adult, right? Even that wouldn't be like, oh, they're an adult, because 19, you're still a kid, right? But they're literally considered an adult ish. But you're not volunteering him to babysit the daughter. You're volunteering your 14-year-old daughter to babysit the daughter. The training that women belong at home and that women belong, with kids, that training starts at such a young age. Why you ain't volunteered your son? He could watch some kids. Why not?
My name is Angie. I'm 34, and I have one 8-year-old little girl. I mean, she's 10. I don't know why I said 8, because y'all was saying 8. I'm tripping.
Our good sis is so mesmerized, she done forgot the age of her own daughter. She's like, what's her name? Is it Maria, Chelsea, Jessica, Jensen? Like, that baby done forgot all about her daughter because she was out here looking at this chocolate man. She said, my daughter is 8 and I don't know her name. And it's just like, hold up. Like, my daughter is 10. How you know what? The man is good looking. This man is easy on the eyes. So it's all right, beloved. It's all right. But come really together. That's your daughter.
I'm Rudy. I'm 38. I have 3 girls, 14, 11, and 9.
Did she say 28 or 38? Let me play that back. Hold on.
I'm Rudy. I'm 38. I have 3 girls, 14, 11, and 9.
38. I'm so sorry. In all my other reviews, I thought she was saying she's 28. So she's 38. Because I was like, if she's 28 and she has 3 kids, one of them being 14, and however many ages that she done said, like, that would have been a lot for her. Because it's like, dang, like, you must have had them like really, really young, right? Like, if you were 28 and your oldest is 14, that means you were pregnant when you were like, what, 13, 14? That's like, you are still a baby. You were still a baby at that point. So I'm glad I played back so I could hear that correctly, because she's actually 38, not 28. If you watch my other videos, I kept saying she's 28, but she's actually 38.
What is your idea of marriage or the covenant of marriage? What is your ideal? What do you see when you think about, what do you think about when you think about marriage?
Yeah, so I am Christian. I believe traditional all the way. I want my husband to be the head, and then me and then my kids. I want to be able to submit to my husband knowing that he wholeheartedly hears from God.
I agree with her what she said about submitting. I'm very traditional. I'm the girl who like to cook, clean, real traditional. Do what I have to do and you do what you have to do.
Kiana, 41. Marriage to me means, or what I would like in a marriage is unity, partnership, abundance of love, like loving through all aspects of life, the good times and the bad.
I just wanted to pause that because he asked the question, when you think about marriage, what do you think about? And it's 5 women remaining, right? And 3 of them talked about, they're going to submit. They're very traditional. I'm going to be at the house. I'm going to cook. I'm going to clean. I'm going to do what I got to do. You just going to be the head and I'm going to stay right here and I'm going to do the things that I need to do. So far, we haven't heard the other girl. I didn't want to lose my train of thought. So far, it's only this woman that says, I'm looking for partnership. I'm looking for abundance. I'm looking for loyalty. I'm looking for abundance of love, right? Notice how the 3 of them described marriage as just like servitude. Like, they're gonna go serve. They're gonna go cook. They're gonna go clean. They're gonna go and be behind you and serve you and pour into you and give you as the man. Are y'all like catching where I'm going with this? Because again, there is nothing wrong with cooking for your man. There is nothing wrong with cleaning in your home. But I love the way our good sis over here described it. I want partnership. I want abundance of love. I want loyalty. They just describe service. And we train a lot of women to think about marriage as a place where they go to serve. especially church women. A place where they get to deny their own needs. And they didn't say any of this, but I'm just thinking about where some of these ideologies can stem from, right? Deny yourself of what you need and serve your man the same way you will serve Christ, in a sense. And I've said this 1,000 times because all of them also spoke about submission. To me, submission is mutual. You can nobody be the head of everything at all times. Why? Because everybody has limitations. Everybody has limitations. Everybody has limitations with skills. Everybody don't know everything. And there are certain things in your life that you might require the leadership of your wife. As a man, are you okay being the neck to support her in whatever it is that you guys are doing together? Which is why, again, I love her answer. It's a partnership. We go together real bad. There are things that you're good at. Please go ahead and lead us all the way. I'm going to follow you. I'm going to ask for directions. I'm going to ask you to do the things. But there are also things that I'm good and better at that you should follow my guidance on. And I also think that's part of the reason why a lot of women are leaving the faith. Because you're told that you're supposed to submit to this person, submit. And you're sitting over here calculating, and half the time, these men don't even be making no sense. The first man on earth ain't made no sense. Adam ain't made no sense. This baby was out here. They gave him the clear instructions. Do not eat of the fruit. He knew that. He had that as a command. You had Eve over here being curious. A good leader would have come forth and been like, we're not doing that. But he said that like Mumu. Who is Bubu the fool? It's Adam. He said that like Bubu the fool. Not only did he watch the serpent go ahead and deceive, because Eve was deceived, Adam disobeyed. But he was supposed to be the what? Leader? A good leader would have stepped in. Because I truly believe the Bible don't say this is my opinion. This is my opinion. This is my opinion. If the roles were reversed, Eve would have been like, we're not going to eat there. We're not going to eat that. She would have stepped in and did something. That's leadership. Adam stood there and watched. Because if you read the Bible, Adam was there. He was there. It ain't like the serpent deceived Eve on like the east side of the garden, and he ain't knew, and Eve then just brought the fruits back to him, and he accidentally ate. No, he was there. Read the verse. He was there. That's not, in that moment, he wasn't being a good leader. He wasn't. A good leader would have communicated like, hey, we're not supposed to do this. Just so you know, we're not supposed to do this. And I'm going to be here like, I'm going to step in. No, we're not doing that. Not only did he sit and watch, he ate too. This is my opinion. I truly believe if the roles were reversed, if Eve was the one that was told, do not eat, Eve would have been like, yeah, nah, we're not going to eat that. We're not going to eat that. That ain't good. We're not going to eat that. This is my opinion. But again, all of them described servitude. I'm going to serve. In a marriage, should you serve your partner? Absolutely. I serve, you serve. Maybe we serve in different ways, but we're both serving each other. But that cannot be the only thought, or at least the first thought that comes whenever you think about marriage. You think about service, abundance of love, loyalty, partnership. I'm with our good sis. I really am. Y'all, while my potato was acting up in the oven, child, I had to go ahead and turn it down. But what was I saying? Essentially, a lot of women are wired to just like serve and prioritize service in a marriage, even above their own joy and well-being and autonomy. But we'll talk about it in details in that other video that I'm making. But this is a prime example. Let's see what else she's gonna say. But I'm not against saying that any of those things that they're saying is wrong. But for that to be the first, it shows you again just how like the teaching starts like so early to the point where it becomes ingrained in you and in your identity. Women are not taught to seek joy and love and ease and softness in marriage. They're supposed to seek service. How can I serve my man?
It's all the other things too, like, you know, being submit. Like, I absolutely want to be submissive, but I have times where I do want to, you know, not necessarily take charge, but like
stand on it, girl. Stand on it. Like I feel like she's trying to not come across as, you know how he was talking about like that masculine energy. I feel like our good sis is trying to say this as softly as possible, but stand on it. I feel like she's saying what I'm saying. There are times where you need your woman to take charge. She's a human being with a brain, ideally a functional one. And she might have ideas that she can't teach you, and then for you to go ahead and take the leadership on. No, follow her lead. I like her. What's her name? I like her. But stand on it. I understand trying to make sure that you come across, you know, very kind and very mindful, but like, stand on it, girl. Like, stand on it, sis. You could tell who my favorite is. Like, stand on it.
not necessarily take charge, but like be able to. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
You do know what you're trying to say. You do know what you're trying to say. You just don't want to come across, you know, as being, you know, you don't want to turn him off. But you do, you said it. You said it. Like you keep reiterating, like partnership. And you want to take charge on things that you're good at, which any good leader would know that. If I'm really a good leader, then I should know my strengths and my areas of growth. And I should also know my partner's strengths and their areas of growth. And sometimes I could just be like, let me go ahead and chill. You know what you says. Like, if I invited you to come on my channel, would you come? I'm trying to see some. What's her name? I could go find her because they be giving the Instagram as well. I would love to talk to her about this moment right here. I would love to. If you're watching this and you know this person, or if you yourself are watching this, I would love to talk to you about this right here. I really would.
But be able to like, I don't know,
Lend.
still enjoy things within like my career that can be perceived as masculine. That's where I was headed to.
Okay.
But yeah.
Not lose your independence.
That, yes, exactly.
You see how much gymnastics she had to do to just like say it in the kindness and and I, you know, I appreciate that because I always want people to use, you know, a little bit more decorum and a little bit more mindfulness when they're speaking to others, 1000%. But like, Kiana, let her cook. Cause how you not gonna be a leader? Like you got 3 kids. Of course you are a leader. Being a mom is no joke. That's literally leadership, right? Literally. Hello? He popped Rudy's balloon and said there wasn't any, you know, physical attraction. Very respectful about it, very kind about it. It wasn't rude or nothing. Sometimes you find other people attractive, sometimes you do not. It's a reality of life. And our good sis was just like, okay, thank you. It wasn't no argument, no nothing. Unlike the other time when she asked the guy, like, what's wrong with me? No, she was like, what's wrong with me? And I was like, Sister Rudy, what's going on? What's going on? I'm so glad she was just kind of like, yeah, it is what it is.
What are your goals in the next year? Just give me a goal for the next year, like the next 12 months. What are we looking at?
I attend Grand Canyon University to get my bachelor's. So hopefully, you know, I keep that 4.0 GPA, and just make my way to, you know, graduating, walking across the stage.
I love that. Karma is getting her bachelor degree. I know she's spoken about being a chef, and she's been a chef, I think, for like, what, 7 years? Now she done went back to get her degree. I love that. Our good sister Karma, go ahead and, get that schooling, so that next time when you're in a relationship with the man, whether it's long distance or not, you could be aware of the relationship that you're in. If you haven't watched my other episode, she was in a long-term relationship with somebody that she thought was just a friend, but the guy was counting the relationship as a relationship, like an actual romantic relationship, and she ain't knew. I hope you know when your homework is at, beloved. Like, I hope you're not missing no assignment because you thinking you ain't got no assignment, beloved. But I'm so happy for her. Like, there's been a lot of push against just like removing women in the work field, removing access to education, making it hard, right, for women to be in the workforce, for women to, earn their degrees. So whenever I see a woman doing what she got to do what she got to do, yes. Yes, yes, yes.
I want to continue to just work on my physical health. Just want to continue with that and also find a
Is
partner.
that bicycle?
Again, my favorite Tiana, she done said she has a personal goal as far as like, what, her actual life entails. Like she wants to continue her fitness journey, but she also say I want to find a partner. I always like whenever people ask you like, especially on these year shows, like what are some of your goals? Mention something personal because again, we're not centered around relationships, right? Especially for women, don't center your whole life around relationships for one. However, come a period, because you're also on a dating show, it's just it makes sense to me for it to be like, I also want to blase, blase, blase. Like, I want to meet my partner. I want to get married. I want to have whatever in the romantic sense of things so that you don't make the other person feel as though the relationship is not a priority to you at all. Right? That's my thought process. So I like that she mentioned that as well.
I want to move out of Little Rock, Arkansas, and hopefully start my business. I want to do Botox.
Are you asking relational or personal?
Both. You.
Okay, clarifying question. Are you asking relational or personal? I love that Kiana, is it Kiana? Tiana just assumed that I'm finna give both. I just love that. But I'm glad she also clarified.
Okay, so personal, I am the owner of Beauty Within Styles. It's a beauty industry. So I would like to like mature and grow in that business. Also, relational, I would like to be a wife in a year. I have put in the work. I'm ready to submit and serve my husband. I'm intentional, so I'm not going to waste your time, and it needs to be the same.
She said, I'm ready to change my last name, okay? I'm ready to have my eggs cracked. Meaning I want to have them kids. Like, sis is not playing. But I'm just kind of like, again, the language about serving. I'm just ready to serve. I just want to serve. I just want to serve. It's beautiful, but I'm just like, I really hope us women find men who also view relationship in that way. Because if you go into a relationship wanting to serve your man, and your man goes into the relationship wanting to serve you like legitimately, then there's no, then you guys become equally yoked. Right? When a woman goes into a relationship looking to serve her man, and the man only expects and is looking to be served without serving the woman, it becomes, you kind of have that little weird, weird balance that often leads in resentment. So I really do hope she finds her a man that's going to be willing and, eager to serve her. A man that she doesn't have to convince to also serve her, right? Because it's like, if you desire doing the things that I desire to be done to me, then we ain't got no problem, right? If I like for a man to, bring me, flowers randomly, and you are the kind of man that loves to bring women flowers randomly, then we are aligned. If I love to serve you, and you also in return love to serve your partner, then we become aligned. Otherwise, you then have this little tussle where I'm having to convince you to do for me what you should have been known to do for me. Am I? Okay, I'm going to stop talking, child, because I need to go ahead and have my dinner.
Gonna now have you pop one more balloon.
I feel like he going to pop the balloon of the girl that says, whatchamacallit, she about to start her Botox business. Because, he a Christian. He don't want nobody to have no Botox. Like Christian people, sometimes we be on one. I think that's who he gonna pop, but let's see. Oh,
She saved you.
somebody done pop for him. Who popped?
I think you look amazing. I love a man in all black. You have a beautiful smile. There's just not a spark there.
She done pop. She said ain't no connection. Okay, the signal is off. Beloved, you is handsome, but the signal is not signaling to my coochie what needs to be signaled. Okay, you is nice, you is kind, you is patient, but it ain't giving. It's giving seasonal dryness over here. I'm not feeling no spark. I'm not feeling the that karabaskiri biskiri. Like it ain't giving that, right? Like as a woman, I wanna serve. Okay. If I'm with you, I'm gonna serve you McDonald's. It's not giving, 5-course meal. It ain't giving. But I still maintain that he was gonna pop the lady that said she wants to go in and start her Botox business. I just know how Christians be thinking. Sometimes we Christians be doing the most.
I mean, not to repeat, but I didn't feel like a spark.
You are attractive. I'm attracted to you, but I just don't see like
Romantically.
attractive or like husband or partner attractiveness.
It ain't giving you my husband. It ain't giving you my husband. It's giving you my brother in Christ. Okay? It's giving, I'm gonna give you that side church hug. You know what I'm saying? Like lean and back. Lean and back. It ain't giving, I'm gonna rub my arms around you. It ain't giving that. It's giving brother in Christ, beloved. Like, what is going on? What is going on? This the second woman that popped for the same reason. So now you got a good sis Karma, and you got the lady that's gonna start her Botox business. So I think she's hoping to. Who he gonna go with?
What is your love language?
My love language is touch. I love my man to be all up on me. I love to be all up on my man. And words of affirmation too.
Sis said, I want you in my skin. Me and you, we gonna have the same skin, okay? Touch me. And when you touch me, I wanna agree. Don't just be touching me, like touch me and let me agree. Okay? Do not touch me and I have to disagree. Do not. Do not do that. Touch me and I'm gonna agree. Yes, girl. Yes. Go ahead. And she said words of affirmation. Call me beautiful and hold me. That's it.
Mine is words of affirmations first and then physical touch second.
Oh, they're the opposite. So she is physical touch first and words of affirmation after, and he the opposite. Words of affirmation and then physical touch. All right now.
Physical touch for sure. And acts of kindness. I like to surprise my guy with like different things.
Our good sister Kama seems to be a giver. Like she gonna do for her man, she gonna do for her man. In the other review that I did, when the other guy done came out, she done asked like, "What's the most expensive gift a woman has ever given to you?" That was literally her first question, and I'm just like, I hope she finds again, like I said with the other one. I hope she finds somebody that's gonna naturally be like her, because that's how you end up with resentment. If you are somebody that's a natural giver, sometimes unintentionally you can go ahead and attract a natural taker. Okay? Because you're out here giving and that's how you love, and they're sitting over here receiving, and you look around and it's like, dang, I done gave you all this and you done gave me nothing and a half. So I do pray she finds somebody who's also a giver like her, so that they're equally yoked, so that she never feels drained, so that she never feels like she's giving more than she's receiving. You know what I'm saying? And as a little advice, you're older than me. You're older than me. But girl, stop leading with that. Cause baby, this video has like what? How many? Like 1 million views already? It's a lot of people that will hear that want to take from you, that will just come trying to take from you. Let the men find out that you are a giver as they date you, as they invest in you, as they pour into you. Don't lead with I'm finna give. Because, baby, the taker's going to want to come and take whatever it is that you're giving. That, I'm going to be quiet now.
So if your ex could pop the balloon on you, what would they say?
If your ex could pop the balloon on you, what would be their reason? Please be honest. That's a good question. That is a great question. And I just paused on this. Yo, the cheekbone on our good sis. The way she's the way it's like the way she's like chiseled, and then her complexion. Oh my God, black women just continue to amaze me.
You could pop the balloon on me. What would she say?
Be honest.
Of course. She would probably say, at times, I could be spoiled.
Elaborate.
Cause what that mean? How you spoiled? That she get you a couple Christmas gifts, like a lot of Christmas gifts. Like, how is you spoiled? Cause sometimes milk gets spoiled. And when milk is spoiled, it be bad. How is your spoiling? How do you spoil? We love it. Elaborate. Man of God. Elaborate.
Yeah, like I want to be. I want to be up under you. I want you, and I also want you to feed me those love languages, right? Those words of affirmation. And so, I guess sometimes that could be a bit much, right? Especially if we don't speak the same love language, right? That's tough. People tend to speak in the love language that they have versus the one that
The personality.
So
I love that he said that, because I feel like in a nutshell, he's saying what I just said too, right? If I like words of affirmation and you like words of affirmation, then we ain't got no problem, because you're affirming me, I'm affirming you. Everybody's affirmed. But if I like words of affirmation and your top love language, I'm using love languages because that's the analogy that he used, right? But your top love language is, I don't know, acts of service. So I'm out here affirming you like affirming Maggie. I'm just affirming you is beautiful, you is kind. And all you doing is cleaning my clothes. You not saying, like, I'm not gonna feel like I'm being loved. Even though to you, you're like, dang, I done did his laundry. Why he not feeling appreciated? Because he needs to be told that he handsome, he a good boy. But if you find you somebody that also likes, to affirm people, then you are affirming and they're affirming, everybody's okay.
that could be a bit of a struggle, if that makes sense.
Is it because of insecurity, or is it because...
It's just my love language, right?
When I tell you our good sis is listening with both her ears, I mean she's listening with both her ears. Because you see how he was like, oh, I can come across as needy. She was like, is he needy or are you insecure? Which is it? She ate with that one. She ate. That follow-up question, amazing. And he clarified, I like physical touch and I like words of affirmation. It ain't, we're not going to calculate any further, but I am glad my good sis asked the question. Because whenever we speak of ourselves, we tend to speak of ourselves with a little bit more kindness in a way that we will not assign to other people, right? Or, I can be a little bit needy. But if somebody behave the same way that's not you, you might call them insecure. So I'm glad she was like, well, explain, show me your work. How did you arrive at this conclusion? Could it be? She clocked in now. She clocked in.
I know you said you like to read.
Mm-hmm.
What are the last two books that you read, and why?
So
I love that question.
currently reading again for the second time is The Let Them Theory by Mel. I forget her last name.
I like that. I like that that's even his choice of a book. I really do. I really do. Because it lets me know that this man at least is doing the work to, to mature and grow up as a man. I don't know if you guys have heard the saying that even the best of men literally is just an average woman. That is true. Women really do surpass men in emotional intelligence. We surpass men in a lot of things. So for him to be reading that, I just, again, that's the bare minimum because the average woman is doing the work. The average woman is in therapy. She's trying to heal. She's trying to grow. She's trying to do the things, right? But I do have to commend a man, especially a black man, in a world that can be very toxic. A man that's going to be like, I'm going to choose to go ahead and, learn a little bit more, especially as a Christian man. Some of y'all just be wanting to read the Bible. I'm not saying the Bible is bad. Please be in your word. But sometimes pick up other books. Sometimes, sometimes find you somebody else that could expand your mind beyond Brother Paul or Matthew or Jeremiah. Like sometimes pick up another book. So I love that.
Are we open to long distance or relocation?
I am open to long distance, but have you had long distance relationship?
I have.
Okay, how did that work out?
It was terrible.
Why?
I was just being honest. Really, I was young. I was like 24, 25.
So what would you do differently now?
I don't know because I'm not there yet.
Dang. I feel for our good sis because if you look at her hand gesture, she's ready to pop because she popped for the other guy for the same reason. On some like, if you ain't never been in a long distance relationship, then you don't really know what it's gonna be like. Now you have this man who was like, yeah, it was terrible. Being long distance was terrible. But then he offered an explanation. I was only 24. I didn't know any better. And I don't know how I'm gonna be in the next one because now I'm a different person, but I also don't know, and I'm just being honest. And you could see her hands. She's like, I want to pop, but I also am trying to be empathetic because he could kind of be like, almost like seeing her growth just in the span of like the other guy versus this guy. Now, I don't want to say growth, her grace, right? Based off of the answer that he gave. Who he gonna choose? Who he gonna choose? Because he doesn't seem like a close-minded Christian. At least that's not how I'm reading him, right? Who he gonna choose? I really want him to go with our good sis, the one with the long distance question. I want him to go with her. But he'll also be good with Karma. Karma is giving that young vibe. Karma is giving that little, we're going to have fun together. That's what Karma is giving, right? And she like to spoil somebody. So, oh my gosh. Who is he going to be? I want him to go with our good sis in white. I'm forgetting her name, but I want him to go with her.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And the reason why I feel like she's like challenging him a little bit more for me, I feel like. Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Did I have one more question?
No more questions.
All right. She was going for.
He popped for the one I thought he should go with. But let's hear his reasoning. She hesitated too. So maybe it's just fair. Because if there's a little bit of doubt as far as like how the long distance relationship gonna go, it's best you just kind of like, just like leave it alone. But I really wanted them together. Let's see his reasoning.
He's very handsome. He looks well put together. He's the kind of guy that I would go for. It seemed like you walk in a room and you own it, so that's a good thing.
To be honest, I did see her finger on the trigger. She was like, I saw her. She was like,
I give myself away.
yeah, you get it. Then it made me be like, all right, that's it.
I like him. What's his name? Greg? So far, I like him. Is he gonna embarrass me and embarrass himself these last few minutes? Let's see.
I want to know what's the most toxic thing you feel like you've done in a relationship?
I'm not a toxic person, so I've never done.
What's the most toxic thing you've ever done in a relationship? And this baby's like, I'm not toxic. I don't do nothing toxic. Like, Karma has that spice. Karma has that spice in her. Okay? You go with Karma. Listen, you might go ahead and turn toxic. Karma looks like she gonna bring that toxic up out of you. Karma look like she gonna bring the toxic up out of you. Let's see.
I'm not a toxic person, so I've never done anything toxic before, but you're scaring me. So what's the
No,
most
that was the
toxic
answer
thing?
I was looking for. So,
Oh, I'm like, what's the most toxic thing you've done?
oh, I'm not toxic. I'm
oh.
sweet.
Yeah, I don't know. That was it.
This man is like, now I'm scared. Okay, now I'm scared. What do you mean? What kind of question is that? I don't do nothing toxic. What have you done that was toxic? When he watched this episode back and find out that Karma was in a relations for 3 years that she ain't knew about. Hello?
Yeah, I don't know. That was it. I've never.
Right,
Yeah.
it's true.
She said she not toxic. Greg not believing. Greg not going. Greg is not believing. Greg is not believing her.
I'm not looking for a toxic relationship. I'm looking for something very healthy. I'm looking for a good future with, building with my partner.